In a realm where arcane energies pulse through every vein of society, defining worth and weaving fates, Eiran Voss trudges through the shadowed halls of Eldoria Academy. Magic isn't just a tool here, it's currency. Nobles born with innate affinities lord over elemental storms or summon ethereal beasts, while commoners scrape by with meager talents, forever barred from the elite circles. Eiran fits the latter mold perfectly. No flashy lineage, no awakened core screaming potential. Just a lanky kid with messy black hair and eyes that dodge contact, dismissed as filler in a school packed with prodigies. Teachers barely nod his way during lectures on mana circuits or skill hierarchies, where the strong ascend ranks through brutal trials and the weak fade into obscurity. Peers snicker behind his back, calling him the ghost because he blends into walls so well. But today, that changes. The grand auditorium buzzes with anticipation for the annual Handshake Ceremony, a tradition meant to foster alliances among students. Crystal chandeliers float overhead, casting prismatic lights on polished marble floors etched with ancient runes. Eiran stands in line, heart thumping unevenly. He adjusts his rumpled uniform, fingers twitching. Why bother with this charade, he thinks. It's all fake smiles and power plays. The ceremony kicks off with Headmaster's booming voice echoing off vaulted ceilings. Today, we bind hands and spirits. Remember, in unity lies strength. Students pair up, nobles first, their grips firm and laced with subtle mana flares to impress. Eiran gets matched with a burly upperclassman named Thorn, a fire affinity hotshot known for scorching dummies in practice arenas. Their palms meet. A simple clasp. But something rips through Eiran like lightning. Warmth floods his veins, followed by a sharp tug, as if Thorn's essence unravels and pours into him. Visions flash, flames dancing at fingertips, heat bending air. Eiran yanks back, eyes wide. Thorn frowns, rubbing his hand. What was that? Felt weird. Eiran mumbles an apology, stepping away fast. His mind races. Did I just copy that? No way. He flexes his fingers discreetly. A spark ignites in his palm, a tiny flame flickering to life. Holy crap, it's real. But how? In this world, skills are locked by birth or grueling training. Stealing them? That's impossible. Or is it? He slips out early, heart pounding like a war drum. The academy grounds stretch vast under twin moons. Manicured lawns dotted with glowing obelisks that channel ambient mana. Eiran ducks behind a hedge, breath ragged. Gotta test this. He spots a low-level mage apprentice lingering near the fountain. A nobody like him, practicing basic firebolts on floating targets. Eiran approaches casually. Hey man, nice shots. Mind if I shake on that? Inspired. The apprentice blinks, confused but flattered. Their hands connect. That pull again. Energy surges. Eiran absorbs it all, the precise mana flow for igniting flames, the mental trigger to shape them. He pulls away, grinning inwardly. Thanks, dude. The apprentice scratches his head. Feels off, like I forgot something. Eiran waves it off and retreats to a secluded alcove. Alone, he extends his hand. Fire erupts. Not feeble sparks, but a controlled blaze swirling into an orb. Power courses through him, an exhilarating rush that makes his skin tingle. For the first time, he feels alive. Not invisible, not worthless. This changes everything. But wait, is this right? Stealing someone's hard work? Internal doubts creep in. What if it's a curse? Legends whisper of forbidden arts that corrupt the soul. Eiran paces clenching fists. Blessing or trap? He could level the playing field, crush those snobs who mock him. Or become a monster. Nah, shake it off. This is my edge. Whispers already stir in the dorms. Did you see Eiran? Looked different after the ceremony. Rumors spread like wildfire among cliques. Nobles exchange glances, wondering if the ghost finally stirred. Tension simmers as classes resume the next day. In the dueling courtyard, students spar under watchful instructors. Eiran watches from the sidelines, eyes on his rival Lyrian, a smug illusionist from a high house. Lyrian's family boasts generations of mindbenders weaving deceptions that fool even masters. He struts mid-spar, conjuring phantom clones that dance around his opponent, disorienting with false strikes. The crowd cheers. Lyrian's untouchable, Eiran grits teeth. That guy's always belittled me. Time to flip the script. He waits for the break approaching under pretense of congratulations. Impressive stuff, Lyrian. Shake on a good fight? Lyrian smirks, extending his hand. Sure, peasant. Don't get ideas, though. Contact. The theft hits swift and clean. Illusions flood Eiran's mind, techniques for bending light, crafting mirages, layering deceptions. He absorbs it instantly. Lyrian pulls back, brow furrowed. What the? My head feels fuzzy. Eiran hides a smirk, stepping back. Superiority surges through him, a heady mix of triumph and thrill. He tests it subtly later in his room, summoning a duplicate of himself that mirrors every move. Damn, this is OP. No more underdog status, but whispers grow louder. A teacher overhears students murmuring about Eiran's sudden spark. Paranoia sets in. If they find out, they'll dissect me like a lab rat. Eiran lies on his bunk, staring at the ceiling runes that hum with wards. Internal storm rages. This gift. Blessing for sure. I can rise, crush the hierarchy, but curse if it twists me. Memories flash. Childhood in slums where magicless folk toiled under noble whims. Dad slaving in mana mines, dying young from exposure. Mom's tears. This power evens odds. No more bowing. He clenches the pillow. Hide it smart. Plot slow. Climb ranks without suspicion. Start with small wins, build alliances. The Academy's system favors the bold. Tournaments, promotions, elite circles. I'll infiltrate, steal what I need, become unstoppable. Days blend into strategy. Eiran practices in secret, combining fire and illusions. A flaming phantom charges forward, deceptive and deadly. Laughter bubbles up light and Gen Z flavored. This is lit AF. Those elites won't know what hit him, but seriousness anchors him. Moral weight presses. Stealing erodes trust. What if it backfires? He shakes his head. Focus. The rise begins now. The Academy pulses with unspoken hierarchies. Lower tiers like Eiran fetch for uppers, enduring taunts. Know your place, ghost. But now he sees openings. A group chat in the Commons, nobles boasting skills. Eiran lingers, edges in with a nod. Internal glee. Perfect targets. He extends a hand to one sealing a pact of sorts. Theft complete. Wind manipulation, now his. Power swells. Whispers evolve into stares. Eiran's improving fast. Weird. He dodges questions with shrugs, playing humble. Emotional layers deepen. Alone at night, doubts resurface. Is this me or just echoes of others? True strength or cheat code? He punches the wall, knuckles bleeding. Curse or gift doesn't matter. Survival demands it. In this world, skills dictate life. Nobles hoard, academies gatekeep. Commoners starve. I'll shatter that. Plot thickens. Target instructors next. Risky but rewarding. Tension builds like a storm. Rivalry intensifies. Lyrian confronts him in the hall, eyes narrowed. You stole my edge, didn't you? Felt it in that shake. Eiran feigns innocence. What? Paranoid much? Lyrian grabs his collar. Prove it. Spar now. Crowd gathers. Eiran agrees, heart racing. They face off. Lyrian summons illusions. Eiran mirrors with stolen skill, adding fire twist. Phantoms clash, flames lick edges. Lyrian stumbles, shocked. Impossible! Eiran holds back, wins narrowly. Superiority tastes sweet. Whispers explode. Eiran's a dark horse. He retreats, mind whirling. Hide better. Plot deeper. The Academy's undercurrents reveal secret societies scout talents if they sniff this. Danger, but opportunity too. Internal resolve hardens. Blessing, definitely. Rise unstoppable. World lore unfolds in thoughts. Magic stems from cores. Innate batteries charged by lineage or artifacts. Skills evolve via levels grinding trials. Eiran's ability bypasses that, a glitch in the system. Ancient texts hint at echo thieves banished eons ago. Curse potential, overabsorption corrupts. He vows control. Light moments punctuate. Spotting a cute classmate, he steals a glance, smirks. With this power, maybe score a date? Nah, focus, bro. Seriousness returns. Peers underestimate still, but not for long. Climax nears. Another ceremony looms. Eiran plans strategic shakes. Moral grapple peaks. Steal from friend. No. Enemies only. Decision cements. Hide power plot ascent. Stage set for dominance. Eiran Voss strides into the heart of Eldoria Academy's proving grounds, where the air crackles with mana residue from recent duels. In this cutthroat world, skills aren't just learned. They're weapons in an endless ladder climb. Nobles with pure blood affinities dominate the top tiers, hoarding advanced techniques passed down lineages while commoners like Eiran fight for scraps in lower brackets. The system rewards raw power through ranked trials. When duels ascend, classes gain access to restricted tomes and artifacts. Lose, and you're demoted or expelled. Social rifts run deep. Elites form cliques, enforcing hierarchies with subtle threats or outright sabotage. Eiran, once invisible, now wields his secret handshake theft like a shadow blade. He keeps it hidden, blending in. But today, the skill assessments force him into the spotlight. The arena sprawls wide, encircled by tiered stone benches packed with spectators. Instructors bark orders, lining up students for the first trial. A series of one-on-one challenges testing control and innovation. Eiran steps onto the marked circle facing a mid-rank elementalist. Whispers ripple through the crowd. Ghost Boy's up. This'll be quick. He channels stolen fire manipulation from before igniting a precise barrier that deflects the opponent's wind gusts. The elementalist presses, summoning razor-sharp air blades. Eiran dodges, fluidly countering with an illusion overlay, phantoms of himself multiplying to confuse. The foe swings wild, hitting air. Eiran closes with a fire-infused palm strike, knocking him down. Victory horn blares. Crowd murmurs shift. How'd he pull that off? Eiran bows, exiting the ring pulse, racing. Discreet wins build rep without exposing the theft. He moves to the next station, a group challenge simulating battlefield chaos. Teams form nobles clustering together, leaving underdogs to scramble. Eiran joins a ragtag squad, eyes scanning for targets. A warrior classmate named Garrick Bulky with noble bearing approaches, slapping backs in camaraderie. Let's crush this, Eiran. Spar quick to sink? Eiran nods, masking intent. They clasp hands under guise of grip test. Pull surges. Swordsmanship floods in. Advanced forms, footwork, precision strikes honed from years of tutelage. Eiran absorbs it all. Garrick blinks, pulling back. Felt a jolt. Static, maybe. Eiran shrugs. Yeah, weird. In the challenge, he unsheathes a practice blade, weaving stolen techniques seamlessly. His squad dominates, slicing through illusions and barriers, outshining even elite groups. Instructors nod approvingly. Unexpected polish Voss. Internal storm brews as Eiran rests on a bench, sweat cooling. This power's hollow. Borrowed echoes, not my own grind. Feels like cheating the system. Yet ambition ignites fiercer. Why earn when I can take? Nobles hoard anyway. Target the top dogs next. Steal their edges, level the field. He spots higher ranks lounging auras flaring in casual displays. One, a summoner, calls forth spectral wolves. Another bends shadows into weapons. Eiran's jaw sets. My turn to rise. Days blur into routine, but tension mounts. In the healing wards after a rough trial, Eiran meets Seraphina Lune, a soft-spoken healer with silver hair and kind eyes. She tends his minor burns mana, glowing gentle as she channels regeneration. Hold still, this'll knit fast. Her ability rare, accelerate cell repair defies typical limits tied to an ancient bloodline. They chat her laughter light. You're improving quick, Eiran. Inspiring for us commons. Friendship sparks easy talks in quiet corners, sharing stories of slum origins, noble snubs. One evening in the garden under starlit wards, she confides, "Healing's my anchor, but elites hoard better spells. Wish I could share." Eiran extends a hand in thanks, their palms meet. Opportunity hits. He could steal it now, regeneration his for the taking. But hesitation grips. Her trust shines pure. Internal tug-of-war rages. Don't. She's real, not a mark. He releases without theft. Thanks, Sarah. Means a lot. She smiles oblivious. Character cracks open. Growth budding beyond raw ambition. Whispers evolve into shadows. Eiran overhears nobles in the library alcove. Underdogs rising too fast. Threatens balance. A secret faction emerges. The pure-blood enclave plotting to cull risers like him through rigged trials or worse. They list names, his included. Voss especially. Smells off. Eiran slips away, heart pounding. Paranoia spikes. They're onto something. Can't let them strike first. Confrontation brews that night in the abandoned wing, dim corridors lit by flickering runes. Enclave members corner him, masks hiding faces. Know your place, thief. They attack, mana flaring, ice shards, lightning whips. Eiran dodges, drawing on combined thefts. Fire barrier up, illusions multiply. He charges, blade drawn with stolen swordsmanship, slashing through defenses. One grabs his arm, but Eiran twists, shaking hands mid-grapple. Theft triggers. Copies their ice affinity mid-fight. He counters with frozen spikes, impaling their barriers. Chaos escalates, screams echo as he weaves hybrid assaults. Fire illusion blades, ice phantom traps. They retreat, one yelling, "What are you?" Eiran stands victorious, breath heavy. Defensive edge honed, but exposure risks rise. Ambition pushes forward. He strategizes more handshakes in social mixers under pretexts of alliances. Targets a telekinetic noble during a feast. Pact for trials? Clasp. Power copies. Object manipulation, now his. Levels surge. Abilities meshing into stronger forms. Fire bends with wind, sword strikes laced with illusions. Whispers hint origins. Ancient murals in restricted halls depict echo binders, thieves of essence from forgotten eras. Eiran's mind whirls. Am I descended, curse, or legacy? Light Gen Z vibes cut through in quiet moments. Chilling with Sarah, he jokes. These trials are sus AF. Nobles cheating with daddy's artifacts. She giggles. Totally. But you're slaying. Seriousness snaps back. Internal reflection deepens. Borrowed power empty, but drive fills void. Target more. Build arsenal. Competition heats in advanced duels. Eiran faces a high-rank summoner, beasts roaring. He shakes pre-match good luck, stealing summon basics. Mid-fight he calls his own wolf, illusion-cloaked, turning tides. Crowd roars. Voss is elite material. Nobles glare, envy brewing. Friendship with Sarah tests limits. She heals him, post-duel hand lingering. You're changing, Eiran, stronger but distant. He hesitates again, regeneration tempting. Just focused. Emotional weight presses, growth in restraint. Factions' plot thickens. Eiran eavesdrops on their meet, finding artifacts that suppress commoner mana. Rage builds. He infiltrates, shaking a guard's hand, copying stealth. Hidden confrontation redux. Bursts in combining skills. Telekinetic hurl, icefire barrage. They scatter, plans foiled. You'll pay, Voss. Leveling escalates. Strategic shakes in classes' feasts yield earth manipulation lightning chains. Powers hybridize, hinting ancient roots. Echo binder legends speak of unlimited fusion but soul cost. Eiran feels pulled deeper origin calling. Drama peaks in a mock war trial. Teams clash. Eiran leads underdogs using arsenal discreetly. Nobles target him, dirty tricks flying. He counters with everything, illusions masking summons, sword dances with elements. Victory sweet, but isolation grows. Internal. Ambition worth the emptiness? Sarah confronts. Something's off, Eiran. Talk. He dodges. All good. Hesitation shows growth. Values bond over theft. Chapter arcs toward hint. In dreams, ancient voice whispers. Binder awaken. Legacy awaits. Power's origin beckons escalation brewing. Social tensions flare. Nobles sabotage his gear, but he adapts stolen skills, turning flaws to strengths. Competition embodies class war. Elites gatekeep risers challenge. Eiran reflects at dawn overlook. Emptiness lingers, but ambition overrides. Target highest. Headmaster's circle next. Risky. Ancient hint fuels resolve. Light moment. Spotting Garrick. He smirks internally. Thanks for the blade skills, bro. Lit upgrade. Serious drive. Uncover faction fully. Defensive wins build to offensive plays. Friendship deepens. Sarah shares herb lore. Regan's from family relic. Temptation peaks, but he holds. Growth solidifies. Escalation. Faction ambushes in woods. Eiran unleashes combined fury. Firestorm illusions. Teleport mimics from partial thefts. They flee. Monster. Levels hit peak chapter's end. Strategic shake with a mentor copies aura sense. Ancient origin flashes. Vision of thief god binding essences. Tension coils ready for next. Eiran Voss walks the bustling corridors of Eldoria Academy, where his name now echoes with a mix of awe and suspicion. Reputation swells like a storm cloud, drawing eyes from every corner. In this realm, power hierarchies carve deep divides. Elites with ancestral mana cores hoard forbidden spells and artifacts, while risers like Eiran threaten the status quo, sparking jealousy that festers into schemes. The Academy's system fuels it all. Tournaments rank students, granting privileges like private mentors or elite dorms, but losers face demotion or exile. Social tensions crackle. Nobles whisper of upstarts plotting to maintain purity through alliances and sabotage. Eiran's discreet wins in trials have nobles on edge, their glares sharpening as he passes. He feels it paranoia creeping in like shadows. Trust no one. This world's mages hunger for dominance, stealing secrets or backstabbing allies. Isolation grips tighter, friendships feel fragile. Jealousy boils over in subtle ways. Whispers in the grand hall. Voss rises too quick, unnatural. Elites cluster, exchanging nods, forming barriers. Seraphina Loon, his budding friend, approaches in the courtyard, smile warm as always. Eiran, congrats on the last trial. You're killing it. They talk under arching vines, her healing tales lightening his mood. But doubt nags. Is she real? Internal monologue churns. Paranoia or instinct? World of power-hungry fools. Everyone's out for themselves. Yet her kindness pulls him in. Little does he know. Betrayal lurks. The Academy tournament arrives, a spectacle of might in the Colosseum arena, packed with roaring crowds. Banners flap under enchanted winds, amplifiers booming announcements. Students compete in brackets, showcasing skills for scouts and ranks. Eiran enters the fray, heart steady but eyes vigilant. First opponent, a burly Earthmaster, stomps forward, aura rumbling. Pre-match ritual, sportsmanship handshake. Eiran grips, firm pull activates. Elemental mastery floods in. Earth manipulation quakes, fissures, stone shaping. He absorbs it, instant. Opponent winces. Odd tingle. Eiran releases, playing innocent. Duel starts. Earthmaster hurls boulders. Eiran dodges, channels stolen skill-raising walls that counter and crush. Crowd gasps. Voss turned the tide. He advances, superiority surging, but paranoia whispers. Eyes on me now. Next round, a swift wind affinity user dashes in circles. Handshake again, under guise of respect. Theft hits. Copies, gust control, aerial boosts. Mid-fight Eiran combines with prior steals. Fire wind tornadoes, illusions masking strikes. Opponent falters. Teleported? No. Eiran shakes another in the melee bracket, stealing teleportation from a fleeting ally touch. Blink short-range shifts, now his. Action explodes. He teleports behind, unleashing hybrid assault elemental blasts laced with sword precision. Foe yields. Drama escalates. Nobles in stands murmur. How's he pulling these combos? Isolation deepens. Eiran thinks. Alone in this. Trust erodes like sand. Seraphina cheers from sidelines, but her eyes hold something off. Post-round, she pulls him aside. Eiran, your skills. They're evolving weird, like you're borrowing. Hint dropped casual but cutting. Betrayal stings exposed by his supposed friend. Internal rage builds. Why Sarah? Jealousy? Or deeper play? He probes gentle. What do you mean? She hesitates. Just noticed. Be careful, elites hate risers. But whispers reach him later. She's leaked to the Enclave hints of his unusual acquisition. Paranoia confirmed. Question trust in this mage-eat-mage world. Emotional rift opens. He valued her, now shattered. Tournament intensifies, quarterfinals against a lightning wielder. Handshake seals theft. Bolts chain arcs. Eiran turns tides, teleporting through storms, illusions, duplicating threats. Elemental mastery grounding attacks. Dramatic sequences unfold. Leaps over chasms. Fire-earth hybrids erupting. Lightning redirected. Crowd erupts. Unstoppable. But backstage elites conspire, jealousy fueling betrayal's fire. Internal monologues haunt Eiran during breaks in the prep chambers, dim lit with monolamps. Growing isolation weighs, paranoia justified. World where power corrupts, mages chase legends of ancient arts, hoarding knowledge. Am I becoming like them? Hollow inside. Yet drive pushes. Survive ascend. He questions everything, allies' motives. Loneliness bites sharper than any spell. Plot twist strikes in the archive's wing. Eiran sneaks in, seeking answers on his ability scrolls unrolling under his fingers. Ancient texts glow, revealing legends of skill echoes, thieves from eons past binding essences. But a shadow moves. Headmaster Magnus Eldritch emerges, tall frame, cloaked in arcane robes, eyes piercing. Voss, you tread forbidden paths. He knows. Monitors Eiran secretly, agenda hidden. Magnus speaks low. Similar skills in myths. I watch for potential. Own agenda gleams. Perhaps harness Eiran or eliminate threat. Twist lands heavy. Eiran's mind reels, monitored like prey. Paranoia peaks. Emotional depth surges as Eiran confronts Seraphina in the moonlit gardens, vines twisting like secrets. You betrayed me, Sarah. Why expose my hints? She flinches, tears welling. They pressured me, Eiran. Elites threatened my family. But he needs truth. Opportunity. Earlier handshake in tourney stole mind reading from a psychic opponent. He grabs her hand again, activating. Thoughts flood. Deeper conspiracies. Enclave tied to Headmaster plotting to suppress anomalies like him, fearing upheaval in class systems. Her regret genuine, but alliance fractured. I'm sorry, she whispers. Emotional turmoil rips. Hurt betrayal, but understanding her fear. Growth flickers, sees the system's rot. Conflict escalates, ambush hits that night in fog-shrouded outskirts. Enclave masked figures surround him. End the upstart. Attacks launch. Shadow binds poison. Mists, arcane blasts. Eiran reacts defensive at first, teleporting dodges, but powers evolve mid-fight. Stolen skills hybridize seamless. Elemental mastery fuses with teleportation. Blinking firestorms, illusion-cloaked lightning chains, earth teleport quakes. Overwhelms attackers one by one, screams piercing night. A leader lunges, Eiran counters with mind read, revealing more. Headmaster's orders to capture, not kill. He escapes, vanishing in a hybrid blur, powers meshing into something new. Unified force, hinting untapped potential. Drama peaks in the escape heart, thundering. Internal. Isolation complete. Trust broken, world against me. But strength grows. Paranoia molds into resolve. Question everything but push forward. World building weaves in thoughts. Power systems. Mana cores level via absorption or inheritance. Diseases like core rot afflict over users. Social tensions explode in tournaments where commons challenge nobles, risking backlash. Competition embodies survival, win or wither. Light Gen Z cuts tension. Fleeing, he thinks. This ambush was mid-AF. Elites pressed delete on me. Serious snap, but I leveled up. Hybrids OP. Confrontation echoes. Sarah's face haunts. Emotional, forgivable? No. Deeper plots unfold. Headmaster's gaze lingers. Ambush aftermath. Eiran hides in dorm runes, humming wards. Powers hum, evolved. Hybrid forms stable now. Overwhelm felt godlike, but isolation stings. Jealousy arc full circle. Reputation draws daggers. Betrayal by friend cuts deepest. Tournament continues, but shadows lengthen. Eiran shakes more discreetly. Stealing enhancements, tides turn dramatic. Paranoia internal. Who next? Everyone suspect. Twist with Magnus. Agenda personal. Perhaps kin to ancient thieves. Emotional build in confrontation. Mind read exposes Enclave's ties to Academy corruption, suppressing risers to maintain elite disease-free lineages. Escape climactic, hybrid evolution. Teleport elemental storm scatters foes. Eiran Voss sneaks through the dimly lit corridors of Eldoria Academy's forbidden archives, where ancient tomes pulse with sealed mana wards. In this world, legacies define power. Reincarnated souls from gods and heroes bind to descendants, granting amplified cores but risking essence. Overload, a disease that twists minds into madness. The system favors bloodlines. Nobles hoard relic access, while commons beg for scraps, fueling rebellions and undercurrents. Social divides gape wide. Elites hunt anomalies like Eiran to preserve order. Competition in archives. Raids turns deadly for intruders. He disables a ward with stolen shadow manipulation, heart pounding. Paranoia from betrayals lingers, but curiosity drives. He needs answers on his handshake theft, origins, potential costs. He pries open a sealed vault, dust swirling faint. Scrolls unfurl under his touch, glowing runes activating. Texts reveal his ability stems from a reincarnated ancient thief god Vorath who plundered essences across realms. Unlimited potential floods his mind. Copy steal fuse without limits, but warning etches deep, attracts dangerous hunters. Shadow cult sworn to erase Vorath's lineage, fearing godly upheaval. Eiran staggers back, emotions crashing. Reincarnated? Me? Internal monologue surges. Blessing unlimited, but hunters? Curse draws death. World-building hits. Powers reincarnate via soul shards, scattered in relics, awakening in hosts like him, but attract essence vampires who drain cores, leaving husks. Class tensions spike. Nobles claim divine rights, commons seen as vessels to exploit. Hunters manifest swift, elite guardians from the Enclave burst in. Auras flaring. Anomaly detected. Erase. High-stakes battle ignites. First Guardian charges blade, humming with divine edge. Eiran dodges teleports, short range stolen before. He spots relics on pedestals, ancient artifacts housing spirits. Desperation kicks in. He lunges, shakes hand with a gauntlet. Relic spirit awakens ethereal grip. Pull activates copies, god tier skill. Time manipulation, slow motion bubbles. Guardian strike crawls, Eiran sidesteps counters with hybrid fire-time blast exploding in slowed flames. Clashes erupt, adrenaline pumping. Another Guardian summons void rifts. Eiran shakes a staff relic, stealing spatial fold. Portals now his. He warps behind, unleashes time-frozen elemental storm. Ice shards suspended, then released in burst. Guardians reel, one shatters under pressure. Action fuels drama explosions, rock vaults, runes cracking. Eiran presses, advantage shakes a crown relic, copying reality weave. Alters perceptions, mid-fight. Guardians hallucinate duplicates, he strikes true. Power dynamics shift from prey to predator, but costs Mount Essence surge, burns his veins, hinting overload risk. Internal. Unlimited lit, but body screams. Hunters retreat, one yells. Vorith's heir confirmed, report to Eldritch. Eiran escapes archives, breath-ragged emotions raw. Discovery empowers but isolates further. Hunters now target, paints him as threat in Academy's rigid system, where reincarnates are culled to prevent class upsets. He seeks solace in the shadowed training grounds where rivals once mocked, now watch wary. Kael Draven, the reformed rival, approaches once a smug elemental lord, now humbled by Eiran's rise. Kael's family disowned him for losing a duel, exposing noble frailties. Voss, we need to talk. Unlikely alliance forms over shared grudges. They spar lightly, Kael's water whips clashing Eiran's hybrids. Mid-fight, Kael pauses. Your power's unreal but lonely, right? Vulnerable monologue unfolds under starry wards. Eiran opens up. Ultimate power. Feels empty, bro. Steal everything but connections? Ghosted. Kael nods. Same. Nobles hoard isolate. Let's team. Forge real strength. Emotional depth builds tears, prick Eiran's eyes. Character shines growth in vulnerability beyond theft. Alliance cements, Kael vows aid against hunters sharing intel on enclave ties. Drama escalates with major twist. In a hidden chamber, Eiran and Kael eavesdrop on elites. Headmaster Magnus Eldritch speaks, voice booming. The boy carries Vorath's shard. As descendant, I claim it. Revelation hits. Magnus, a skill stealer kin from Vorath's bloodline mentor facade, crumbles into enemy hunger. Agenda clear. Absorb Eiran's potential to ascend godly. Power dynamics flip, trusted figure turns predator. Internal storm rages, mentor, traitor. World of legacies rotten. Eiran clenches fists. Kael, he's like me, but twisted. Kael grips shoulder. We expose him. Tension peaks, Academy-wide rebellion sparks. Eiran leaks proofs via illusion broadcasts exposing enclave corruption, Magnus's descent. Commons rise, chants echoing halls. Nobles fracture some defect. Clashes erupt in courtyards, mana flares lighting night. Eiran leads charge hybrids, overwhelming guards. But choice looms. Steal all powers in chaos, become Vorath full, or forge own path, earn loyalty. Internal conflict tears. Steal easy OP, but empty. Forge hard, but real. He hesitates mid-battle, spares a noble's skill, opts alliance instead. Rebellion swells, elites flee commons arm with shared relics. Social tensions explode, class war in full. Nobles disease, fears of core dilution, fuel desperate counters. Hunters regroup under Magnus' command, ambush in Central Plaza. Battles rage. Eiran shakes relic guardians mid-melee, copying more god tiers like soul bind. Tethers foes. Explosive clashes. Time-manipulated bombs, spatial rifts, swallowing attacks. Kael covers with water shields. Hold Eiran. Drama builds injuries, Mount Eiran's essence strains near overload. He chooses Forge. Releases some stolen skills to allies, empowering rebellion. Growth peaks vulnerability, shared in alliance strengthens resolve. Chapter hurtles to cliffhanger. Rebellion corners Magnus in throne hall. Headmaster smirks, extends hand. Join or perish heir. Eiran faces him, grip hovering. Handshake duel looms, theft versus theft legacies clashing. Internal, steal his all or end cycle? Tension coils, Academy holds breath. World lore deepens in thoughts. Reincarnation system. God's shards bind randomly, but nobles manipulate hunts to claim. Disease essence fever strikes over binders' melting cores. Competition in rebellions tests true power, stolen versus honed. Light Gen Z and monologue. This God stuff sus AF. Unlimited hacks but loneliness debuff maxed. Serious drive. Alliance with Kale men's isolation. Twist with Magnus betrayal cuts deep mentor myth shattered. Battles detail. Guardian lunges. Eiran time slows. Dodges shakes relic mid-air copies. Gravity crush. Slams foe down. Explosions mana shards fly. Alliance moment. Kale shares Scar story. Power isolated me too. Bro, let's duo queue this mess. Rebellion sparks. Broadcast shows Magnus stealing from past students. Commons roar. Down with thieves. Choice tension. Mid-rebel Eiran eyes a downed elite's core. Steal, no passes it to ally. Earn it. Cliffhanger builds. Magnus's hand glows ancient aura. Eiran's mirrors. Grip inches closer. Duel set. Emotional rich. Vulnerability with Kale tears flow. Power's curse alone at top. Hunter's threat. One whispers pre-battle. Vorath's blood ends tonight. Eiran counters hybrids evolving time-spatial loops trapping them. Rebellion peaks halls fill with fighters Eiran directs with aura sense stolen before. Magnus twist. Flashback scroll shows his lineage. Vorath's betrayed son. Drama escalates. Kyle takes hit for Eiran. Not alone anymore. Eiran heals with partial Regan pushes forward. Cliffhanger. Hands clasp or strike. Chapter hangs. Eiran Voss stands in the shattered throne hall of Eldoria Academy, where the air hums with residual mana from the rebellion's chaos. Foundations crack under the weight of unleashed powers, a testament to the world's fragile balance. In this realm, overstealing afflicts with soul erosion, a disease that frays the core, turning mages into hollow shells, mad with fragmented essences. The system once rigid, now crumbles nobles' ancestral hordes. Challenged by Commons' uprising, competition boils into war, where earned skills clash against stolen legacies. Social tensions erupt. Elites defend privileges with armies while risers demand equity. Eiran faces Headmaster Magnus Eldritch, the descendant thief, eyes locked in mutual recognition. Power dynamics peak. Mentor turned enemy. Both wield Vorath's bloodline, but twisted paths diverge. Magnus smirks, aura flaring. Come air, let's end this. Eiran charges, symphony begins. He unleashes every stolen skill. Magic surges, swordplay weaves, illusions dance. Fire elemental mastery ignites barriers. Teleport blinks him close. Magnus counters with his own thefts. Shadow tendrils lash. Eiran parries with advanced swordsmanship blade, singing through air. Illusions multiply, duplicates charge. Distracting Magnus, who blasts with god-tier time manipulation, slowing strikes. Eiran fuses hybrids. Time-frozen firestorms explode, shaking pillars, dust rains. Battle cataclysmic foundations groan, stones tumble. Magnus laughs. All borrowed boy, no soul. Eiran teleports behind, unleashes lightning chains, mind-read probes for weakness. Clashes intensify, sword clashes, spark mana explosions, rip floors. Academy trembles, students flee halls. Internal reflection hits mid-swing. True strength? Selective, not endless. Theft hollows. Profound realization crashes. Growth in choice, redemption from monster path. He dodges Magnus's spatial fold, heart heavy. Endless, theft, curse, not gift. World-building echoes, powers erode souls, overusers, disease rampant among greedy elites hiding madness behind facades. Eiran thinks, selective use, real power. Redemption calls. Alliances solidify, former enemies rush in. Kael Draven leads reformed rivals, nobles, defecting. Eiran, we're with you. They charge against Magnus's army guardians, summon beasts, elites, hurl spells. Tide turns combined forces overwhelm. Kael's water shields block blasts, a defected noble adds earthquakes. Eiran directs with aura sense. Flank left. Drama escalates. Screams fill, hall blood spills. Former foes fight back-to-back bonds forged in rebellion. Power dynamics shift, army crumbles under unity. Eiran nods to Kael. Thanks, bro. Team OP now. Light Gen Z flickers serious resolve anchors. Shocking twist exposes curse. Mid-battle essence burns, Eiran's vision blurs soul phrase. Overstealing risks, erosion fragments scream in his mind. Vorath's legacy curse, not boon. He staggers, forces release. Power's emotional sacrifice rips. Regeneration fades, teleport dims, illusions shatter. Tears stream, pain lances core. Internal agony. Let go. Redeem. Allies cover him, Coil yells. Hold on. Eiran releases God tier time, Handshake's essence pours out. Soul stabilizes but weakened. Twist lands, heavy curse hidden in bloodline, elites like Magnus immune through rituals but commons vulnerable. Emotional depth, peak sacrifice for greater good. Resolution builds. Magnus isolated, army routed. Eiran advances, selective skills honed. Magic symphony refines, fire sword fusion pure. He clashes, final blow illusions. Mask true strike sword pierces Magnus's guard. Headmaster falls, aura dims. You chose wisely. Closure hits. Eiran establishes new order. Academy reforms emphasize earned skills. Training for all, no hordes. Commons rise. Nobles integrate system. Heals class tensions. Competition, fair trials, reward grind, not birth. Story wraps. Eiran stands amid ruins, extends hand to a young commoner. Not to steal, but build. Join us, earn your power. Triumphant evolution leaves sense of hope. Internal. From thief to builder. Lit journey. Battle details unfold. Eiran starts with elemental barrage. Earth fissures open. Illusions hide traps. Magnus teleports, evades counters with soulbind, tethering Eiran. He breaks with lightning arc sword, slashes free. Symphony peaks. Magic harmonizes, swordplay. Punctuates, illusions deceive. Foundations shake, chandeliers. Crash, mana waves pulse. Reflection intensifies. Dodge, avoid, rift, mind whirls. Endless theft? No. Selective builds self. Growth, profound redemption, washes guilt. Paranoia fades, purpose solidifies. Alliances charge in. A former betrayer shouts, "For equity." They combine spells, water, earth, mud traps. Lightning chains zap. Tide turns, guardians fall. Elites surrender. Conflict escalates. Magnus summons reinforcements, but alliances hold. Kael saves Eiran from a blast. Got your back. Curse twist. Pain surges. Eiran collapses, visions of eroded souls. The curse, Magnus sneers. Overreach, boy. Eiran releases powers. Glow fades, emotional wail internal. Sacrifice stings but frees. New order. Eiran addresses crowd. Earned over stolen. Unity. Reforms implement shared relics. Open trials. Tensions ease, competition thrives on merit. Wrap. Hand extended builds alliance. Evolution triumphant from isolation to leader. World lore. Soul erosion disease plagues thieves. Cores crack, madness ensues. Elites medicate, commons suffer. System shifts to prevent. Drama reactions. Allies cheer at tide turn. Magnus roars in fury. Eiran's sacrifice draws gasps. Fast-paced. Clash, dodge. Strike, reflect, ally. Join, twist, release, resolve, build. Emotional rich. Reflection, tears. Sacrifice, pain. Triumphant hope.